Welcome to Masterclass Lifestyle and Musculoskeletal Physiotherapy. In this lecture, besides from this introduction, I'm going to talk about the question if it's time to reframe our health system. So Western lifestyle has lasting effects on our health. We know that the things we do in the Western lifestyle, so sitting more, sedentary behavior, the alcohol consumption, smoking, Western diet that has a lot of refined carbs in it, high sugar levels, and not so healthy fats. That can lead to obesity. In Europe, there's like 50% of obesity rate, and in America, it's already raising to 60% and higher. This paper has a nice statement. In an environment that promotes the consumption of alcohol, cigarette smoking, sedentary behavior, and overeating, the promotion of a healthy lifestyle by individual healthcare professionals is a Sisyphean task. But lifestyle factors like sleep, nutrition, physical activity, they play a big role as well. And they're all incorporated. So, of course, a bad mood or depression causes you to eat more unhealthy food and be less physical active, and then you will sleep not as good as you should. And on the other hand, if you are not sleeping well, you're not feeling well the day after. Often you're not feeling well the day after. And if you have too much alcohol or bad food, you will not feel good the day after. And we all know if we are physical active, we feel better. And we're not only feeling better, it's causing us to have better health behavior, to behave better in a healthy way. So if we are physical inactive, if we have a high meal frequency and we have high glycemic loads in our foods and we eat too much calories, then that pushes a lot of glucose to our system. So you think we have energy. We have a lot of energy because we're not using the energy. We're not really doing some sports or physical activity. We have a lot of food. So we have a lot of energy in the system. So where will the energy go to? So how do diet, stress levels, medication prevent our body from recovering? That's stated in this figure. So if we have high glycemic load food with a lot of sugars, mental stress, toxic stress, when not exercising as much as we should do, we have a depletion in vitamins and minerals because our food is getting less healthy. We have all the new food and the fast food, and we have a lot of medication, all those new environmental stressors. Then we can get hypoglycemia. So we have a lot of sugars into the body and a lot of glucose into the body. Immune system is active. And if the health behaviors are not so healthy, then we even can get a bacterial microbial infections, and our microbiome is of course playing a big role. Our microbiome has a link and access to our brain. A lot of people know about the brain-gut axis, but as well access to our muscles and even access to our joints. So the whole system is connected with the microbiome. And the microbiome is influenced by, of course, what we eat, but as well how we feel. So if we have psychological stress, it is not only giving our impaired wound healing, and even the smallest, tiniest wounds we get from micro lesions just by everyday use or by doing some sports or by doing some strength exercises. Now we as well get the impaired healing in the rest of our body, and the microbiome is able to get dysbiosis. So the microbiome will be less diverse, and that's connected to a lot of diseases. If we eat a lot of meals a day and we skip breakfast and we have a last meal late at night, and we have a high fat, high sugar diet, and we reduced the fasting period, so we're not really fasting only overnight, and even some people eat at night. We can get to the state that figure shows that man with a big belly and a lot of fat in his body. And of course, then we get the insulin resistance, and the cholesterol can be too high, and we have a lot of hunger, and we have when we eat, we get the dips after the eating, and the inflammation is sky high. And then, of course, our body is busy with all these things in our that happen in our body, and it gets overused, and then the problem will come. So daylight and structure and moving regularly and eating the right stuff, and the light we see. So if we have blue light from the screens, or we have just daylight, and getting at the right times, same time towards bed and same time getting out of the bed, then our circadian rhythm is normally quite good. But if it's disrupted by the Western lifestyle, then we can get a lot of problems. The sleep-wake disorders, neurological problems, psychiatric problems, cardiovascular problems, metabolic problems, and those metabolic problems even often lead to the musculoskeletal diseases. And then that leads to less happiness, but not if we sleep well, and not if we move, and not if we have the right food, and not if we're relaxing. So if we are tired from a day of work, and we're motivating ourselves by moving and by getting good nutrition and taking care of our sleep hygienic and relax during the evening, then our happiness levels stay quite the same or getting even higher. So it's a buffer, and lifestyle is a buffer for health and for happiness. So let's dive into a few diseases, so like chronic pain, osteoarthritis, and tendinopathy. We can use positive psychology. If we use, in our words, we use words that empower people, that give people hope, then we know the recovery is better. So first of all, it's important if we adapt, if we want to change, that we can start everywhere. We can start with nutrition, with exercise, with physical training, like strength training, and with mental training and to increase the mental strength. And there's a crosstalk between all the lifestyle factors. And of course, sleep has a big role in this as well. So it's sleep, it's exercise, it's nutrition, it's mental strength, it's physical strength. So for a healthy sleep, what's the quantity, what's the quality, and what can you do? So the sleep, what can you do? The sleep hygiene education, those 11 points stated in the article published in Physiotherapy, Sleep Health Promotion, Practical Information for Physical Therapists, is a big eye-opener if you want to promote a better sleep for your patients with musculoskeletal disease. A lot of energy goes towards our brain, our immune system, and our connective tissue in a right way. And that's what we need. And then we are metabolic flexible. We can change easily between glucose and ketones and even lactate for our brain. So to really end, we need to have a step-by-step approach to get people into a positive spiral, a positive mood. And don't forget about the environment and the influence we have on our environment. I'll thank you for your attention. My name is Jaap, and it was a pleasure to provide this masterclass for you.